Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne to have a fallout, and made Grayson leave Gotham to go to Detroit. I think once they go into that story, you kind of understand where everything went wrong. I wish they had Alfred in the show. It's so weird seeing Wayne Manor just with Bruce Wayne in it. I wish they had Alfred in the show. I think, Alfred in a way is the heart and soul of the Wayne family. He's the glue that keeps it together. And I think without Alfred in Wayne Manor, it just looks so different. It looks so lost and empty. And me too. I want to see Alfred. I do too. I think if they maybe, but the thing is, maybe Alfred is dead because Bruce is as old as him right now. I don't think he's dead. Because Jason Todd mentioned that Alfred is with Bruce on the Justice League mission, which is kind of funny, but at the same time, I don't think Bruce would be leaving Jason Todd alone in Wayne Manor, especially with the motorcycle. And I love the scene where Grayson's like, I'm going to San Francisco. And Bruce is like, okay, just one condition. And Jason goes with them to San Francisco. Where Bruce is probably like, get him the fuck out of the house. It's just like, I love that moment because somewhere Bruce, I love this. I imagine if I was Batman in that moment, I'd be like, oh, you're going to go to San Francisco? San Francisco? See him? Yeah, him. Jason Todd, get him the fuck out of this house. He drove a motorcycle through here. Get him out of here. I don't want him here. Alfred's still pissed. You know how hard it is to get a burnout mark out of a floor? Get him out of here. I imagine Alfred is somewhere like, did he get that bastard out of here? Yeah, he got him out of here. He's gone. We ain't gonna see him for a while. I hope not. And Alfred's probably like, I was hoping that Joker would show up and beat him with a crowbar. It's just, I wish they would have put that in there, because that would have been funny. And, if I was Batman, I'd be like, no. The ones that need to be beaten with a crowbar is the Wonder Twins. Them fuckers, I don't know who invited them to be Justice League members. If anyone needs to be beaten with the crowbar, it's them. Yeah. It's just... I really love that scene, and I hope they have, Batman, Bruce Wayne show up. Again. And I know they're going to have, Aqualad in upcoming episodes. They're going to have Wonder Girl again. They're going to... I kind of hope, fingers crossed, that they have Cyborg show up. I want to see that. I want to see Cyborg and Beast Boy meet in live action. I didn't enjoy the Young Justice version. I don't know why. I just didn't like it. But it would be so cool for that moment, I always thought it'd be cool. And I would love to see the Doom Patrol gang show up again. Even though I didn't finish the season of Doom Patrol. And I know a lot of people are like, you gotta finish it. It's really good. I just sort of like got burnt out by it, and just like, I'm done. And Swamp Thing, it's just I'm still burned by that. I want another season, but it ain't gonna happen, unfortunately. If anything that needs to be saved, it's Swamp Thing. Fuck the release the Snyder Cut. Get on Swamp Thing. We need that show back, because it ended on a cliffhanger. I wanted to see the Justice League Dark show up again. I wanted to see Zatanna, Constantine, Deadman show up. That's what I wanted to see. But unfortunately, ain't gonna happen. So, anyway. I tell you one thing that I really liked was the Deathstroke scene. It kind of reminded me of the Bourne Identity. I don't know why. It reminded me of that. Like, how awesome was that? You got to see Slade Wilson, who's like retired, all of a sudden get awakened again by the Titans saving the world. I'm kind of slow because I still didn't start watching Swamp Thing. I gotta tell you, babe, you have to watch it. It is really good. It's really dark. If you love horror movies, that is your show. The Conjuring films, those guys made that show. James Wan, who directed the Conjuring film, and the guy who wrote The Conjuring, developed the show, and it's really, really good. It's really dark and creepy. It's brilliant. I hope that James Wan sort of does what he had in mind of doing a Swamp Thing movie, like a horror movie of Swamp Thing. I would love to see that. It's kind of weird to say this, but I want to see James Wan direct Scooby-Doo. Like a really, like, a dark horror movie Scooby-Doo. Yeah. It is brilliant. I kind of want to see a Swamp Thing movie, but at the same time, I don't know how to picture it. It really disappointed me that they canceled the live-action version, because the show, ended on a cliffhanger. And a lot of people, including myself, was just like, is that it? And it kind of annoyed me at Comic-Con when with a lot of people, with the release the Snyder Cut, and it bugged me when Swamp Thing got canceled shortly after the first episode aired. We're like, we're canceling it. It bugged the fuck out of me, like. And the thing about it was, like, it was the most popular rated show, like. And it just, they didn't give the show anything. Like, DC Universe, of course, stated that the streaming service is being re-evaluated, and there are no plans for a second season. when asked why it was canceled, the spokesperson said, "Unfortunately, we were not in a position to answer at this time." And the thing about it was like, you know, you should have had an answer ready of like, this is why we canceled it. It just bugged the fuck out of me. It was just, you know, and the thing is, I am a DC Comics fan, but it's just like, when you cancel something that is great, that is amazing, like Swamp Thing. You know, mind you, I've been waiting for a Swamp Thing TV show, movie, that looks like the Alan Moore comic. Something that's like dark and supernatural and horror related. And when you finally got it, when you finally got the entire thing correct, of like, this is where it's going, this is where it's going to be, you're going to get everything you want to see. And when you're on a streaming platform that you can do anything you want, you could raise the bar as high as you can, and all of a sudden it's like gone. You're left with like, what the fuck did I just watch? And for me, it's like, when you have Swamp Thing and you finally have it all correct, it goes great. It's kind of like The Boys, the show, the Amazon superhero comic book show, The Boys. Which, I mean, it is an Amazon comic. It's really, you know, Image Comics. Like, I watched the show The Boys because I seen the video the Sean Ward show talked about The Boys TV show, and I watched it, and it was a really good show. I mean, it was really fun, exciting, dark, crazy TV show, and I didn't know what to expect when I watched it. And the ending of it was like crazy. Where I was like, what? And it made me side with Carl Urban's character. And Homelander's a piece of shit. Homelander deserved to die, in my opinion. And Homelander is a guy who, if Superman was like a low-life piece of shit human being who's evil, you're like, I hope Batman kills him. So, the show The Boys is about this guy named Huey, whose girlfriend is killed in front of him by a speedster named A-Train. In front of him, and like A-Train like runs right through her. Just her body goes like explodes when he runs through her, and Huey, the only thing he's holding is her hands, which are like decapitated from her body. Her hands are like cut off from her body, and all the thing is A-Train's like, I'm sorry, and he just runs off, leaving Huey, who's like shocked and stunned by what the fuck he just saw. And it's like the craziest show I have ever seen. So Carl Urban's character, who I always thought Karl Urban should have played Batman, in my opinion, because